We were building a home while I was deployed in Afghanistan. The initial thought process for the house in its entirety was $600,000. We're still trying to figure out where all the money's gone. Right now, we owe $880,000 on our mortgage.
This is just not the way it was supposed to be.
$90,000 on our credit lines. We are completely maxed out. And the house is not even finished yet. And $40,000 to my parents.
You owe almost $1 million. It's not done. And now what do you do? Who do you call? I'm taking this show to a whole new level. This fan-favorite episode of Holmes Makes It Right has been retooled. I'll take a deeper dive into construction issues and provide you, the viewers, with even more valuable and pragmatic takeaway, as well as never-before-seen footage. So let's make it right. Mark and Carol, two beautiful people. Mark's been in the military for just over 20 years now, supposed to retire. Let's plan. Let's build our dream home, our retirement home. Not massive, make it environmentally friendly, use geothermal, make sure it's not more than 2,000 square feet. Great thinking. Set of twins. How can you go wrong here? Like everything seems to go right, and all of a sudden, it turns right upside down. It's like taking this plane and doing one of these.
We planned it. Actually, we sat down on a computer program like probably about 8 years ago. You know, spent hours trying to plan the outlay and situate the home on the property so that it optimizes the sun usage for solar power in the future if we ever do that, and the passive heating in the winter months for the great room windows. And you know, we've just to the nth degree planned everything out.
This is what I wanted when I was a kid. You know, I want that home. I want the dream property and that retirement place that's good for my kids when I leave this planet and somewhere for me, for all the hard work I've done in my life to retire in.
Hello.
Carol?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. I got a hug right away.
Hey, Mike.
Sir Mark, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
This is one of the nicest log homes I've ever seen. I gotta say, you know, the first perception of anyone looking at this is like, why is Mike Holmes here? You know, this is a beautiful house. Obviously, these people have money. No, they don't have money. They're in debt because of the problems they went through because of one man. Come on in. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, okay.
Our contractor was a friend of the family. We really did, yeah, we put our kind of life on the line, really, with him, and we gave him all we had and said, look, here's what we want, and...
I'm gonna have to stop things right here. Now, I'm sure there are very competent and licensed contractor friends and family members out there. But my very strong advice is that if you want to remain friends and make sure your house is in the right hands, take the personal connections out of it. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard we've got help from a family friend, or a friend of a friend, or an uncle, a neighbor, and on and on and on. And eventually, crap happens, and you have one fewer friend and a house that's a mess. I'll say it again, get quotes from at least 3 different contractors and check out several references. Don't combine family and friends with your money and your home.
But going back, our contractor knew very well, because he knew us well, what our absolute maximum we could spend was. And that was crystal clear right from the very beginning. So we were on a very finite, and we wouldn't have actually started this project. We would have never built it if he hadn't promised he could do it within that budget.
Not only was the house not finished within their budget, I mean, the siding wasn't done, the outside, the bathrooms, the floors, you name it, there wasn't even heat. And how much was the initial thought process that this was going to cost?
The initial thought process for the house in its entirety was $600,000, which is a lot of money.
But you can buy a house right now for $600,000 right downtown Toronto that is a piece of crap.
We put the agreement into place to start construction, at which point I got told I was being deployed to Afghanistan. Well, Carol and the children were still in Western Canada. I mean, there was just no one here. So it was I guess we kind of assumed that things would be taken care of. The first time we realized there was problems with the contractor and the timeline occurred while I was on my midterm break from Afghanistan. Packed up the wife and kids and our belongings and hopped in our U-Haul truck and drove across Canada to move in here. Showed up and the house wasn't, the roof wasn't even on. and so we put all of our stuff into the garage. At that point, I had to go back to Afghanistan. So while back in Afghanistan, I was trying to be proactive, as limited as I could.
So this was hard on you because you were dealing with the contractor.
Yeah, I was here almost every day doing even what I could do. And I would make runs into town to go get supplies for our contractor. Well, I need this, well, I need that. So I would go and I would be the gopher, and then, you know, I stained the deck, I painted, I learned how to drywall, I did all the grouting on the tiles.
I did all the dormers and the
You
gable
did it?
ends, yeah. Myself and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Did it. My brother-in-law was helping me, and then soffit and fascia wasn't done. We had squirrels, actually. Funny story with a squirrel running around here. We chased him with a hockey stick trying to get the squirrel running around. We're in bed one night. And
You know, I can certainly understand the dream of owning a log house. It looks beautiful and it has a really warm and cozy feeling about it. What many people don't know is that the logs will continue to settle, meaning they expand and contract even after they've been put in place. That makes sense. Living trees hold moisture. When the trees are cut down, the water is released over time, which changes the dimensions of the logs, and they can bow and crack. So, homeowners need to use materials that allow for the movement of the logs. There's a lot to think about when it comes to a log house, so do your research. Pretty slick. So you do have somewhat functional.
yes,
Okay, so you've got the kitchen all in-floor heating, yes?
Yes.
it is.
Is it used?
Not
Is it,
hooked up.
I guess it's not workable, no.
No.
Let me guess, you finished the kitchen?
Yep. The whole ceiling was exposed. We just had wires hanging down. So my cousin came in and did the pine tongue and groove in the ceiling. My sister's husband's dad did the tiling on the behind the stove. And we've had friends and family just come out and just kind of help where they could. We have people like Carol did the grouting, and I did the tiling in the mudroom.
The relationship with our contractor, there is none. There's absolutely no contact.
10 years in the making
Yeah.
of planning.
Yeah.
And how many times I say this? We need to plan this, and we need to follow, we need to execute it. And you did all the right steps and tripped over one major one.
Yeah.
And that was finding the wrong contractor.
Sometimes I look around and I just think, this is just not the way it was supposed to be. And especially when Mark's away and you know, I'm here doing everything, and then I sit down and I look around, and it's just not our dream home right now.
Do you think he did this on purpose? Do you think he's a pompous SOB?
No, I don't. I know Carol and I have spoken about this many. I don't think that was it. I just think that he got over his head and didn't want to admit it. And then when things got bad, I just don't think he even knew where the money was going.
10 years from planning to 2 years of building to trying to convince the government to give them an occupancy permit because they're living everywhere else. They borrowed from all their friends, family, credit cards maxed out. They're actually in debt, $900,000.
Bills weren't getting paid near the end. I started paying people directly.
Bills didn't get paid.
Yeah, and actually we were getting bills that I'd already assumed were paid because I gave money to our
So
contractor.
the general contractor didn't pay the subcontractor.
So then I'm getting bills that we had to take credit lines
Or
out for in order to pay.
supplies.
So then I started paying, like I paid the kitchen guy directly, I paid the window guy directly.
We paid for the windows directly from
Because
us.
at that point, we're like,
Can you imagine that? Like, I don't get that. Almost $1 million out of pocket, and what did the contractor do? Nothing but turn their life into a mess.
This wears me down. After a while, just really actually looking around this house kind of wears me down sometimes.
I mean, obviously, we're trying to stay strong as a family, be strong for our children, and teach our children that sometimes life, you know, throws your curveballs, you just have to deal with it and grow and learn.
Now what does he have to do? He has to fly to Africa and teach people there, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But he has to do that to make more money. Now he's away from his kids, now he's away from his wife, just like throughout this whole thing.
It's my responsibility to do what I can to support the family, so off I go again.
You know, we had family members that would come up here to the house in the middle of the summer, beautiful day, and there's nobody here. There's nobody working on the house. So when it was supposed to be ready in August for the kids and I to move in, where was he? There's a lot of work to do here, so
We'd be happy if Mike painted the mailbox.
yeah. I mean, truly,
One
there's
last
a lot
thing.
of work, and we would be grateful for anything that he can do for us.
I was really coming in to finish the outside, to get the inside safe. However, now that I look at the floor, somebody's gone and added force there, and I'm pretty sure it's not enough, so I'm gonna need the bros in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak to the geothermal guys, which is gonna dictate what to do next when it comes to flooring. I think we can come in, finish the floor, finish the fireplace, because their vision was to have a stone wall all the way up.
Yep.
Finish the ceiling in tongue and groove pine. Bam, 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 bam. We fired in, it's done.
Okay.
Then do the siding on the garage and laundry area.
Yep.
Put a stone facing below it, and then they're a lot further ahead than they are now.
Okay.
At the end of this, if we can at least fill that beautiful big garage full of lumber so they can finish the bedrooms for his kids, I mean, that's a
great
big
idea.
birthday present.
Great idea.
What I'd love to do is definitely set up scaffold, because if we can prep to start the exterior siding, that would be freaking awesome.
I need someone to tuck tape the top, and then we'll start stapling, guys.
Why is house wrap so important? Think about it. I'm all about protecting the exterior envelope of your home. A good house wrap acts as an air and moisture barrier, reduces drafts into your house, increases energy efficiency, and improves indoor air quality. Why do we want to stop moisture buildup? It'll lead to wood rot, which compromises structure, and mold growth, which negatively affects health. House wrap is a breathable membrane that's installed directly over the sheathing and underneath the exterior finish, whether that's brick, stone, siding, or wood. Not only does the membrane stop rain from penetrating the sheathing from the outside, it also allows water vapor from inside the house to move to the outside. So what do I mean by that? When you take a shower, there's moisture. When you're cooking, there's steam. We don't want all that sitting on the structure. So, house wrap is another line of defense to protect your home. I'm looking at the ceiling. What I don't want to do is remove that.
So we can go over it?
I want to go over it.
Okay, great.
Because if we remove it, we're going to belly out with the insulation. We're going to create one thing leads to another effect.
Yeah, no kidding.
We can just go right over it.
Now, the lights, you think there's enough room to just pull them slightly?
Pull one of them out, turn the lights off so you don't blind yourself. Pull them out, make sure we can pull it down, that our diffuser comes out, and we can recap back in over top.
All right.
Get our laser level in here. Boom, set it up.
So we get a first level line to come off of, right?
Because you want everything to meet into place.
Okay. You on? Okay. I gotta test whether or not the insulation's bowing this out, or whether it's just the plywood.
You can clearly see the bowing in it, just because they didn't put enough nails in it. This is like cheap, what is it, 3/8?
I think, yeah, that's...
Which is actually, in a way, a bonus to us, but if you can push that up and get it fired nice and tight in, check with that level, we're good to go.
Okay, buddy. Okay, let's see if that grabbed it.
Keep going, keep going. Push him now.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right, you know what?
Yeah?
Now that that's grabbing, I don't think we have to move the lights. I think we're good.
Ah, it's awesome.
The homeowners, they did the kitchen, them and their family. They did the bathrooms, they did the mud room. Let me tell you, all the contractor did was erect it and caused nothing but problems, didn't pay his subs. I mean, he's a complete dog.
Pretty excited, pretty mixed emotions, scared, excited, enthused, grateful, all the above.
Little things we learn over the years is to be even. So when you have a cathedral ceiling, look at it this way, where do you start with all that beautiful pine? Get in a lasered line so that you start at the same spot, that when it transitions back to this floor, on the second floor, it looks proper. Doesn't look like we're a bunch of amateurs that we came in a little high and a little low on this side. Tools make the difference. Oh, and a little bit of experience.
Oh, yeah, that's grabbing nice.
We've been lucky to have a lot of people come in and help us. And John and Glenn, let me tell you, two ex-military guys, they know exactly what it is to help people. Okay, you guys have been with us now how long?
A couple months now.
A couple months. And I know it's been just supposed to be a temporary thing, right? How'd you like to work full-time?
Would love to. Absolutely.
And I mean full-time.
Would love to.
They're gonna hire you full-time.
It's a little bit different coming to work every day. It's nice to wake up every day and want to come to work. That's what's so enticing about like us being here. So it's a really good atmosphere, and it's nice to have bosses that not only teach you, but you can go to them with any problems or questions you have. So it's been an awesome experience so far, and me and Johnny are both really excited for the future.
I feel like I fit right in from day one. I feel like these guys could have been overseas with us. I'd serve with them any day overseas, and yeah, it's just been a great experience so far.
Welcome to the team.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, boys. Woo! Nice. Nice job, buddy.
How's that? All good.
The geothermal heating and cooling system, that's another thing that the contractor failed to finish. Another thing we have to do. Wow, we took everything out. This is what we do, start again, yes?
Yeah. Start all over.
There is 3,600 feet of 3/4-inch line laid horizontally around the house at a depth of about 5 feet. And the geothermal system uses these lines to absorb energy from the earth and help convert it to heat in the winter or cool it in the summer. And that saves money. When it comes to geothermal, what we need to look at is if we have a beautiful amount of space of land, we're gonna run those pipes horizontal. For other houses that are really tight or short space, we're gonna go vertical. In this case, we did both. Understanding the potential of geothermal heating and cooling is worth a closer look. I've talked a lot about the benefits of renewable energy over the years, in the form of solar panels, wind turbines, etc. Now think about the planet. If you go down 6 feet in the earth, the ground's temperature stays pretty consistent from 40 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year. This heat stored in the earth never runs out. So why not harness this renewable, clean, energy-efficient, and cost-effective resource? As I've said, a loop system is installed underground that contains water and an environmentally friendly antifreeze solution. This connects to the heat pumps inside the house that eventually moves heated air throughout the duct system into the rooms. Saves money, saves the earth. It's a win-win. Rather disappointing that we've had to pull out all the ductwork, and that's a lot of money. Think about it. I mean, not to mention waste. We're going to recycle it all, but it's not size big enough for the units to actually heat and cool the house. So Gary, love the guy. He couldn't turn a blind eye to it. Pull it all down, make up all new, run it new, make it right.
The guys have worked their butts off getting all the strapping on around the house. We got a little area left to do today. Once that goes up, the siding goes on as fast as we can so we can try and beat the weather.
At the bottom of our trim in here, we got our strapping. We're gonna apply this J trim here, which is gonna allow for any water or moisture that gets in to drain out the bottom, while at the same time, keeping any bugs or anything from going back up underneath. Okay. We're gonna keep it up just the width of a shim off the deck, and that's gonna give that room, that air to get in there and let the water out.
We've cut 16-inch pieces of concrete board, and we're gonna attach them from the top of the wood to the bottom of the deck, just so we have something for our stone to adhere to at the bottom of the house. It's gonna look really nice once we're finished everything.
We have considered, like, just throwing in the towel on this house, really, but it's not something that we want. We do want this house, and We've worked hard for it, and unfortunately, right now, the way it is, it's not our dream home. But, you know, I kind of joke that Rome wasn't built in a day, and we're on a 10-year plan, I think, here, so. You know, I'm here on my own the majority of the time, and it's hard. But I know that Mark is doing his best for our family. I know that.
Big day. Getting going on the siding, and I'm really liking the look of this. I think it really complements all the log. I think they're gonna love it.
So we're just putting the siding on here. We're just slapping it down to make sure it's secure onto the tongue and groove.
We're just cutting in our last register here. Because we drove the floor up with our foam and our plywood, now Gary's gonna come along and he's gonna put in a little sleeve to bring that duct up so it's sealed the entire way into this room. Because of the size of these windows, they required more air. So originally they had one in each corner of this room. Not enough. He added 2 more, one up the front here, closer to the window. Give enough air, enough heat to keep this house warm in the winter, cool in the summer.
Next step, we need to get started on the stonework on the outside, then the fireplace on the inside.
Adam, just even getting those 2 studs up, you can get a sense of what this fireplace is gonna look like. It's awesome. So are you okay on your clearances with non-combustible?
I am. We've got steel stud for anything within 6 inches of the inside.
Beautiful.
And 4 feet of the top.
That's more than enough. All right, you guys are fine.
We gotta match the contour of the logs. So one of our guys came up with a really, really smart idea. We have this tool, and all you do is run it along the side of the logs onto the cement board, cut that out, and it should slide in perfectly.
Talk to each other when she slides in.
Looks good. Looks good. The stone will fill in the rest.
Right here we have our platoon full of guys that we were working with up here. Everyone from Mike, the big boss man, right down to all the production guys and the volunteers that we have. We got Derek that came up with the idea of doing this whole thing, you know, funny guy Derek. We're just gonna go ahead and close this up, and in about 20 years from now, when they open it up, it'll be a big surprise.
People call me happy. Happy, yeah.
You know what? He is always happy, and sometimes it almost gets to me, though.
Too happy?
A little too happy sometimes.
Yin and yang.
Johnny and I thought it'd be a good idea to show our new family what our old family used to look like and bring them on base. And it was nice showing them our element and them being involved. It just turned out to be a great day.
John and Glenn arranged a rappel from a 30-foot tower. Man, that's pretty cool.
Here we go.
The rappelling really made me nervous. I was kind of terrified.
You'll be fine.
It's just rappelling, and then it freaks me out.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Feed him to the bottom.
All the guys were doing it, so I had to do it. It was really scary. I'm not even gonna lie. I was petrified.
Sherry, I saw her face up there, and she was terrified. I think it was just the beginning, getting over that edge. Once she was over, she wasn't that bad, but she was terrified.
I don't like to admit a lot of fears. I don't like to be scared of a lot of things, so I kind of push myself to do it anyway, and I did, and I am very happy that I did it, and I would have regretted it if I didn't, so.
I'm not nervous anymore, eh?
I'm still shaking, and I'm tired.
You're upside down. There you go.
I was a high-rise window cleaner for years. 42 stories of building, it's nothing. The upside down thing, I didn't do that while window cleaning. All right, let's go.
His money's falling out.
Where is it? That was sort of weird because it just like threw everything out. I was like, oh, what should I hold it? How should I do this? It was still fun. That was a lot of fun.
What I want to do is come up with some ideas on a mantle. I thought maybe we could get away with a full stone fireplace, but it's just too much. It's too big, too bulky, so I definitely want to break it up. The one thing I did see outside was some half-cut logs that they used for building this house, right? I'm thinking of incorporating that. I'm gonna have to open this up, beef up our framing behind, because that half log's gonna be pretty heavy.
You got it?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the profile of my log, okay? So this is where it's gonna be sitting. There's my cement board right there. There's my mantle log, right? So we notch out the back. Keep the cement board on. Now we can actually put 2 pieces of either 2x4, 2x6 on top of the cement board. That way it's on the outside of the combustible zone. Then build off of the cement board like this. Insert the log. That way it gives us a screw point right through here. And that way it won't go anywhere. Ready? Just right in front of the stairs, about 10, 15 feet off. The log's been out in the weather for a long time, so it's moldy and it's got dirt all through it. So Glenn's gonna do a light sanding on it, clean it up real nice, and stain it to match the rest of the logs on the inside of the house.
I'm using a 3-in-1 cleaner right now, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna get down to the surface of the wood and pull out all the dirt, mold, or mildew that might be on it. As you can see, as soon as I put on the surface cleaner, the dirt's just starting to pull out. So it's working. It's gonna look good at the end.
Last time I was here, there wasn't any siding installed below these windows. So the crews put on the vertical strapping and the new siding. I just have to close this gap off, some color match material, tie into the green windows, and we're just gonna create a little drip edge. So any driving water that hits against this area comes out over the siding and drips away.
The main goal with the exterior envelope of your house is to protect the interior of your home and your family. The drip edge is yet another important safeguard against water penetration. This metal flashing should also be installed on the roof, at the edge of your shingles near the gutter. Why? The drip edge will direct water into the gutter instead of behind it, where it could pool and damage the roof system. This is an area where roofers and contractors often cut corners when they're trying to give the lowest bid and get hired. Some roofers won't even install the drip edge, and instead they'll extend the shingles right over the edge of the roof so the water falls straight into the gutters. The problem with this is that over time, these shingles can start to curl down with the weight of snow and ice, and even just with gravity, so water will still go into the gutters. However, the water can be absorbed right back up into the sheathing. As a homeowner, don't just take the lowest bid. Do your research and make sure quotes include important protections like drip edges.
I love how you started, Johnny, with your big chunky corners. So just remember to just fly over the fireplace by like a 1/4 inch. You're just trying to make the gray board disappear. We'll do a nice mortar line right down the side of it after, okay? See the stone, see the mantle, 10 floors are done. Beautiful room, you guys.
Steve, you're just doing your end cuts.
Yeah.
Are you actually, you cutting the back ends of these? How are you fitting those in?
This, there was a tongue on this end of the wood, and
Yeah.
there's a tongue here. We don't want to just put this in and try to pin it down
Right.
because it won't lock into place. So what we've done, cut the tongue off, and I've got a guy out on the saw that's creating grooves.
Right. And that's a great little option, right? You just ties it right back in.
That's right.
And solidifies the whole floor.
Locks it in place.
That's a whole lot of trunk. Look at that. Gentlemen.
Hi, Mike.
This is Steve?
Steve, yes.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Joel, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Okay, right away, as soon as I walked in, what did I see? Neatness. And that tells me the pros, and I know it right away. And I love this. Look at how neat this looks.
Thanks.
This is what I want to see each and every time. So where is the system at right now?
Well, it's 100% complete. We're just ready to fire it up now.
Okay, just as a test?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
So this just shows the system status. If there's any problem with the machine, it would show the problem.
Oh,
with the
I
machine.
love that. So it
Yeah.
tells you I don't feel well. You know,
Yeah.
just like your kids talk to you. I love that.
So if
Okay, you turned it on.
Yeah, there you go.
Heating.
So it's in heating stage 1 right now. It's a dual stage unit, so it only uses the amount of electricity that it needs to run.
Nice.
Yeah. So you have to remember too is that this is your heating and air conditioning all in one. There's no outdoor unit. There's no anything like that, right? So
Because we take cool water and use it.
yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
So just lead the way, buddy. We got like 5 of us here today. We're gonna help you do this.
So really easy, we're gonna start over at the side
Okay.
here. We're gonna run a straight line with our first string of sod.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna step it.
Earlier, these were all nailed in place, a couple of screws on angles. It's not the proper method, and you can tell they did it in different stages. We have proper screws, at least, and washers on that one, but not on this one. A couple of nails and nothing in the bottom. You know, think about it, all this weight on top of here. All right, there's no earthquakes around here, but rules are rules. Put a bolt in the hole, and that's all of them.
Let's test this on top. Might be the wrong color, but what do you think?
Might not match.
Need a haircut?
Yeah, it's pretty lush, eh?
I've never seen it that thick.
It's like a shag rug.
Look at this, we got the fire department coming in and making a barbecue. It looks like the fire department, just in case they make a fire, I'm sure they can put it out. This man is a custom barbecue guy, and they came in from town just to make us lunch. Now, this is the first time I've ever turned this into a setup, we'll call it staging, and it's only because the homeowners have been gone for so long, I don't want them to come back to an empty house, so we're gonna actually set up the living room, make it really cozy, comfortable. I brought in 2 pros, they know exactly what they're doing. See this, it's looking really good.
I wanted it.
Obviously, it wasn't finished because there was no more money, because we were just plugging away at this point. And that's why Mark's in Saudi Arabia right now.
Are you excited all?
Yeah, very excited. Nervous?
Do you like hot tubs? Oh, wait a minute, you have one.
Yep.
Okay, I was called in to do the outside of the home, to protect the home from the elements of the weather, and that was, to me, very important. But I had to finish the inside, the focal point, the fireplace, the cathedral ceiling, the pine, the flooring, so that when they came home, that was another thing off their mind. Look, that's a log home. Little things are dressed up, but look at the siding.
It's beautiful. It's
completely finished on the outside now.
That's awesome.
You see the new stone? I brought in a stone guy, and he did a great job on the outside. And that's all the way around. It goes around the side, right to the back. We made sure that we closed off the section, made it watertight.
That's so nice. And I just can't believe this. I said I wasn't gonna cry.
It's okay. You're gonna make me cry if you keep it up,
beautiful.
though. But I want to show you the wood, because for me, that wood is just a beautiful, it just does not match. Isn't that a beautiful color match?
Yeah.
Come on over here. I want to show you this. I even moved your gas line over because it was too close to your gas dryer. So rather than change it inside, I changed it outside.
Okay.
We removed some venting because we did a whole new system. So bringing in the geothermal guys, testing the underground, coming back into the house, 2 big units were installed. The whole furnace you had put in there, completely gone. All new ductwork. Testing the in-floor, the geothermal. Bringing Steve in to make sure we fixed flashing in areas, and caulking was a good attempt by your husband and his friend, but we had to fix it up because my job here was to blanket your home so you could now come home to the inside and slowly finish the inside.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any questions before I walk you around the house?
No.
None? Like, how you doing, or?
Finishing that geothermal is amazing for us because we had the work done, the pipes in the ground, and honestly, no one was willing to give us the information that we needed in order to finish it.
It's not just about us coming in, but making sure all the licensed guys, electricians, plumbers, and we did a few things inside that, you know, it's a couple, don't get your hopes up. I'm gonna show you, but I did as much as I could in the time period, okay?
Yep.
But you can see how it comes around the house.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep.
Again, fixing flashing, and all your flashing on the back there that I was terrified about, completely fixed and caulked. We're no longer worried about anything penetrating or harming your interior, okay? So now I'm happy with this. Nice flowers. This is from your neighbors. This is your neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
It's your neighbors. Fixing little things like the structure, the bolting that wasn't done, a few things that obviously just were not complete. So come towards the door, because don't look through the glass. Okay?
I'm not looking.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so close your eyes, and I don't want you to open them until I tell you. We'll just wipe our feet here. Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
You're safe, you're not gonna trip on anything. And I'm just gonna bring you right into here. You notice this, the floor? Open your eyes.
I'm overwhelmed. Mike and the crew did a lot of work for us, and I'm very happy.
Last person I did a reveal screamed her head off.
Oh my God. This is beautiful.
Sort of like home now, isn't it? This is my guys that did this. I asked them, we set up the scaffold, we started all your planking, and we have enough to do the rest of your house in your garage. So the rest of your house will be done, okay, in time. But I thought we needed to finish this room for you and your family.
Thank you.
See how they tied the flooring? Isn't that nice?
It's beautiful.
I brought 2 guys in that were in the area that are really good at this, and they did all the flooring all the way underneath, tied it back into what your husband did and all the tile. But this is comfort.
I love it. Thank you. You know, it's not just the things that I could see when I'm sitting in the house or when I'm walking around, the things that aren't done. It's the things that we can't see that I also worry about, that things weren't done properly, that we can't see. And what will happen 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road. And now that I know that Mike has gone and sealed windows and sealed my logs and, you know, things like that, that's a huge relief. We can't thank you enough. This is, oh my goodness, I love that fireplace. There won't be any more mini hockey allowed and mini stick hockey allowed in the living room. There's absolutely, I'm putting my foot down on that one. Hi, Mark.
Hi. Hi, guys.
So, Honey, they made our house a home. And I said I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm gonna let you see the fireplace.
Yeah. Oh my. Holy smokes. Wow.